Greetings and welcome to Sunlight Refuge, where the name of the game is motivation, inspiration, and growth. Hi everyone, my name is Tracy and welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Okay, so let's take a trip down memory lane, right? So you remember when you and your family would get in a car and take your extended drives or your trips, and you used a road map, right? I know I don't like telling my age, but whatever. So you use your road map, and that map was there to help navigate you and choose the best route to get you from point A to point B, right? So I want you to think of your budget as your roadmap, right? Guiding you to financial freedom, financial liberation, all of that, right? So when we talk about, okay, so we've heard inflation, rate hikes, assets, liabilities, cash flow. Like, we've heard all these terms. All right, we're getting a little bit more familiar with these terms because this is a time where we really have to pay attention to the economy and how the world is operating, and we have to do our due diligence in being steadfast and responsible with our finances, right? Because our finances is what grants us the life that we want to live, and we also have to pay attention to the future because we're not always, now it just depends though, but at the same time it's like you want to have that nest egg. You want to make sure that regardless of what's going on in the economy, you are going to be okay at any age. So today I wanted to talk about effective strategies to create feasible budgets, right? Which limits overspending and encouraging good financial habits, good financial literacy, because that's so important as we go through the waves of an ever changing, ever evolving economy, right? So, money basics. What's a budget, right? What's a budget? So I want you to look at a budget as like your cash flow, right? So the amount of money you make versus the amount of money that you spend on whatever you need to spend it on, right? And within that, you have to be in tune with your spending habits and your, what it's called when you just oh, what's the name of the word? It's like on the tip of my tongue. When you just go to the store and it's like you see something, impulse buying. That's what it is, impulse buying. So you have to you gotta watch that. You gotta be responsible with the money that you have, coming in and the money that you coming out. Because at the end of the day, it's like they say, it's not about how much you make, it's about how much you can save, right? Because you don't want to be a broke millionaire. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a broke 100,000-aire. You know what I'm saying? It's just broke mentality on a higher scale. You still just, house poor type. House poor is not cute. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to enjoy the life that has been given to you, right? Like, we're all here experiencing life, right? And we don't want to experience that on the deep downside of it all. But within that liberation of having some freedoms of the type of lifestyle that you want to live, you have to have a plan. You know, it's like I'll tell my daughter, she's like, this girl want to have her a G wagon, right? I'm like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with a G wagon. Do your thing, girl. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, so what are the steps to getting this G wagon? Because I'm not gonna buy you no G wagon. Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? So it's always better when you can buy it yourself, right? Like when you do things and you buy things like for yourself, it just always makes it a little bit sweeter. So I'm like, that's fine. Whatever you want, however you want to live in life, that's fine. But you just gotta have a roadmap, right? You gotta have the steps that you're going to take in order to achieve what you want to achieve, because it's 2024. You can achieve whatever you want, but it's going to take diligence and discipline, right? It's going to take diligence and discipline, because nobody's going to just hand it to you, right? Everything has strings attached. Okay, so nobody just gonna roll up to you and be like, "What's up? You want this G wagon?" You know what I'm saying? No strings attached. It ain't hot. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I thought you should have it. Like, I don't know nobody that's just going around giving out G wagons, but I don't know. But the point that I'm making is like, that's fine for whatever you want to have. You just have to have a plan to get you there. And that's where money and financial education and things stem from me. You know what I'm saying? Because I always knew at a young age the things that I wanted, and luckily I had the parents that I had that just instilled things in me to like get out there and just get it. You know what I'm saying? So I like that. One thing that I feel like I truly like excel in is budgeting as far as financial literacy, right? It's like I have so much to learn like on different aspects, but like my financial goals, I'm good at like hitting my financial goals. So I wanted to share some of the strategies that I use um that can help someone else, who may need that information. You know what I'm saying? Each one teach one. So whatever information that you don't have, I may have. Whatever information I may not have, you may have. So it's like just helping each other and just getting the information out there, because I know that I use the internet a lot for educational purposes. I think a lot. I tell y'all, I'm a Virgo, so it's like information is just, it's second nature to me. I want to know. I want to, and you know what I'm saying? Like I want to get that information and help, you know, elevate my life. Because like I said, we're all on a journey. I'm here because I'm on a journey too, and I just want to share the things that I'm learning on my journey, and have some information that's available to the next person in case that they need it, because that's what was given to me. The information was available to me when I didn't need it. You know what I'm saying? So you never know who you can help. So I encourage you, if it's something that you know and you think that is valuable, like get out there and share it, because your information and your influence, it truly does help humanity, right? And that's what it's all about. Say it with me. Exalt God and help humanity, right? So, okay. So, create a budget. So, you need to understand your cash flow, because that's really important to creating a good budget, right? And I don't want you to look at a budget like you can't get the things that you want, or you know what I'm saying, balling on the budget. Like it's not that type of thing, but it's, you got to be financially responsible. So when I say budget, it's just being financially responsible, right? So just take the money that you receive and write down everything that you use your money on. And then you have to set goals, financial goals that you want to achieve, right? I always start with 30 as my minimum. Like I don't really do too many like weekly goals. Well, I take that back. I do um goals where um with like paychecks, or what type of income that you have. Like I do those type of goals. But as far as like bigger goals that I have, I always kind of start with 30 days, 30-day goals, 30-day milestones, and I keep evolving and building on that. As as my journey continues, I follow my financial path within that, right? So the budget is about managing your your debt, and allowing your budget to see where you fall on being in a negative, like you're not really able to save or buy the things that you need, or being in a positive where you're able to hit all your milestones, paying all your bills on time and saving for your retirement, and investing and making like big purchases or whatever, right? So like it goes back to what I was saying about why can't I keep this word on my brain, impulse buying, right? So when you're going like impulse buying, so yeah, sometimes you'll go into a store and you'll see something like, "Ooh, I want this," or whatever. But you gotta like hold off for a second and make sure that your budget allows that, right? Because sometimes you see things that you do need, and you wasn't expecting to come across that on this day, right? But if your finances are in order, then you will be okay. But if your finances aren't, so you'll make that purchase, but then it's be like a rob Peter to pay Paul type of scenario, and that's just, we're not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? So within creating a budget, you have to understand that debt management is very important, because debt is always going to be there, right? You always think about all the things that you put into just to run your house, all the things you put into just to have a good working vehicle, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I I just got me some new tires, right? I'm like, all right, my baby take care of me though. That's another thing. Just a little side note. Like my little ride, she take care of me and I take care of her. So you know what I'm saying? And I give to her just where I give to myself. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not gonna shortchange her with no cheap tires just because I don't want to pay that little bag. You know what I'm saying? But she worth it. You know what I'm saying? So when you got your stuff, you got to take care of your stuff, because then you'll have your stuff. And it ain't no point in just buying things over and over. I'm going to let my car get raggedy and just go buy another one. Like, no. You see what I'm saying? So just a little side note. If you got your rides and you love your rides and you got the ride that you wanted, take care of your ride. You got to take care of yourself the way you take care of take care of yourself. Take care of your rides the way you take care of yourself, right? Because you can't be getting in the car and it's all trash everywhere. It's all dusty. It's all, your wheels ain't been cleaned, and no. That's a reflection of you. You know what I'm saying? When you get in somebody's car, it's like you can't be inviting somebody in your car and your car just dirty. Like, it happens, they may catch you on an off day or something like that, but for the most part, it's like, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, just a little side note, because I love my little ride, and I appreciate her never just causing no problems. Wherever I gotta go, she right there to get me where I gotta go. But anyway, okay, so back to it. So the next one is, you gotta track your spending. And within tracking your spending, I find that you also have to live below your means, right? That's a big one. Because everybody is elevating in their finances. Kudos, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope that continued, abundance just follows you all and us all, you know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean just because you got a little boom, you got to be a little boom. You know what I'm saying? Not like some things you can splurge on, but you don't want, like I say, you don't want to get more and then you have to spend more because you want to get more because you have more, and then now you ain't got nothing. What you putting away? What you putting on the side? What you saving? You see what I'm saying? So within your elevation of your finances, you know what I'm saying? Do your thing, enjoy that, but don't just go ball out. You know what I'm saying? You get your little raise at work or whatever, and now you just, oh, I'm gonna go buy me a house, and I'm gonna go and just get this big old house that you just, you know what I'm saying? It's just eating you out. You don't want to be house poor. House poor is not cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still want to be able to maintain your household and then do the things that you want to do too. So a lot of, not a lot, because I don't know a lot of celebrities or whatever like that, but when I be seeing stories and they, talk about how they have all these $1 million contracts, and then it's just like, it's the money pit in a sense, because you get these people who are talented, right? You get these people who are talented and you throw them a whole bunch of money without little to no financial education, right? And so we got to get out of, I get a lot of money. What's the first thing I do? I want to go and buy a car. I want to go and buy a house. I want to go and buy my mama a house. I want to go buy my daddy a car. I want to go on vacation. I want to get my jewelry. I got to get my clothes right. I got to get my partners. That was 8 things right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you steady taking, and then it's like, hell, where's the putback? You see what I'm saying? Instead of doing it in a more responsible way, okay, I got this lump sum of money, these are the things that I want, how do I execute those? You know what I'm saying? To turn these things into assets and keep my money growing, right? Like, you got to be excited, but you can't touch that. You know what I'm saying? You can't touch this. But, like, you gotta slow down, and you gotta have a plan. And it's best to have a plan before. It's like going into the grocery store. Y'all know I'm a mama, so this is me. You can't go in a grocery store without your list. You need to know beforehand what you going in there to buy. Because if you buying on a whim, you're gonna be buying stuff that you already have. You'll be buying stuff that you don't need. You know what I'm saying? And then you're messing with your finances because you have a budget that you want to stay within. A budget don't mean it's tight. It just means that this is the money that's allocated for these things, right? You got to put them in their financial buckets and lanes and lists, right? So that's all that means. So don't get caught without your list. Like, you need to have a plan. Like, what's the plan? Right? And that even goes down to like relationships. You can't be with somebody and it's been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months and you don't know what y'all doing. We just we just kicking it. Kicking it. We don't kick it. I ain't kicking it, and I ain't teaching my children to kick it. Look, when you get ready for all that right now, have you a plan of what you trying to do. Like, what y'all doing? Like, what we doing? Oh, he cute. Oh, she cute. Yeah, that's fine, but are y'all compatible? Right? Because beauty fades. You never know. You may go out there and get into an accident and come back looking like Frankenstein. You still gonna be with them? They be like, I think I need to be by myself, get my finances right. Oh no, you better not do that. If somebody kicking it with you and then they get towed down right quick for something that didn't even happen on purpose, that wasn't their fault. You just better not just leave them because that's cold blooded. But anyway, so yeah, so you just gotta make sure that you have your debt management, right? So within your debt management, you need to track your spending and spend money on the things that you need, not always the things that you want, right? You can get things that you want, but you gotta put that in the things that I want slot, right? It's okay to want things. It's okay to blow money sometimes. You know what I'm saying, and things like that. If you got your money right, right? If you have your plan, if you know what you're doing. It's like I said, when you make it or whatever, and you wanna spend a little bit on yourself or whatever. That's fine, but you gotta be responsible with that. You can't just be just all willy nilly, cause willy nilly get you broke, and we don't want to be broke. I be reading stuff all the time. They swear to God, you gotta have $1 million, $2 million, $5 million just to. You're like, whoa. I mean, I know the economy is changing and things is changing, but like it's even gotten to the point where some people, I don't know who they're talking to, but some people are like, they don't even want to have children. I can't afford them. Now I am a true believer. I think I heard this somewhere where they're like, um, only have the amount of children that you can afford. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to just be birthing children and y'all are homeless, one over here, one over here, one. You know what I'm saying? As the norm. Like if it's something that detrimental that happened and y'all gotta split up for a minute and then I'm finna bounce right back. I'm about to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. But if you just out here just having babies all willy nilly and you ain't got no what, that's not okay. And we not about having these babies and just throwing everybody in foster care. No, we not doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I am just a believer that I don't think you have to have $25 million just to have 3 children. Like I don't know. Like I mean, I guess it's just levels to it. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just lifestyle. I think it's lifestyles. I think it's just depending on what type of lifestyle you live or want to live. But I just don't think that you can put a true like over the top type um money cap on versus how many children that you can have, because to me it's like we all was sent here with the divine purpose of reproduction, right? That's like a a God-given responsibility that we have. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think it was tied to the stipulation of you can reproduce only if you have this amount of money. You know. So, yes, be financial in a good financial place before you take that step, especially for like young people who don't have children, who wants to have that. You know what I'm saying? Like take the steps. You know what I mean? Like get yourself right and then move on to finding like your mate. I feel like a lot of the times it's all about hooking up, and you know what I'm saying, they get stuck on the chemistry part of it, right? Instead of the compatibility part of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of, I mean I looked at this one show and I didn't finish it because it was just so raunchy. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew like it's gonna be on there, like but it was just like But the crazy part of it was like it was too raunchy for me. But that thing was rated what, 16? And you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta watch your children and stuff like that, because it's just a lot of misdirection going on out here. And if you're not having and building relationships with your children, somebody else is having and building relationships with your children. And as a mom, nobody's gonna love your children more than you do. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, so you got to make sure that you spend the money on the things that you need versus the things that you want, and be careful of impulse spending. I heard a term, financial blind spots. I thought that was real good, because you got to be able to identify what your financial blind spots are so you can overcome them, so they don't block you from your financial elevation, right? Because we live in a consumer world where they want you to spend, 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 spend. But what are you getting in return? Like, you don't want to be just liabilities everywhere, and then you barely can see your assets. Like, you got to be an asset. The people around you got to be an asset. The things that you invest in, you have to be an asset. Like, we got to look at things as, how does this put me in a better scenario? So yeah, like, that's really important. Like, we gotta start reading more. You know what I'm saying? I even yesterday. Okay, so yesterday, y'all know, Saturday is my cleanup day, right? So I turned on my little music, and I was listening to, um what was it, the 25th anniversary um remix, um and they was jamming. Needless to say, I was jamming. And I like when my children be like, "Ooh, I like this song." I'm like, "Yeah, they go dancing with my," you know. Like, we just be having a good time. But the point I'm making is, like, I got so much stuff done because why? That radio was on, not that TV. See, that TV gets you stuck in that spot because you got to see. But when you got that music on, it's like you all over the place. So much stuff get done, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you just feel like you did so much more, like you was just more productive, you know. And I like that feeling, you know what I'm saying? And it's okay to take your breaks and things like that, like take your breaks and stuff, but just being productive, and then being able to see your productivity, right? And it's like, I know you work, but then it's like, it's different. It hit different when you like doing it for your family and your household. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just be happy when I be at home. My daughter was like, "What's your favorite place to be?" or something to that effect. And I was like, "At home." Like, I love being at home, you know. And that was one of the things that I prayed on. You know, make me happy within, my home. That way I don't have to like be out here in these streets and stuff like that. You know, I'm not I'm not an in the street type person. You know what I'm saying? I pop out, pop back in though. You know what I'm saying? And but she was like, "Yeah, you go to the grocery store, you go to the store, you go to the car wash, and then you be right back at home." I'm like, "I don't know." I go around my little circle, and come right back home and be happy. Sometimes my daughter be laughing at me because it be like, I just want to get home. I'm tired of being out here. Like, you know how people be like, oh yeah, we going shopping and stuff. Shopping is fun, yeah. But you ever just get tired of shopping? Like, I don't feel like doing this no more. Like, I don't feel like looking for nothing no more. Like, I don't know. And that's how it be sometimes. So I love being at home. And then that's another thing too, because I know my children, right? So my children, of course, they cool with spending my money, right? So they've gotten better at spending their money and, you know, and their savings and things like that. But it's like you go out and you be like, yeah, I don't really feel like spending this money right now. So no, I'm sitting my behind right on in the house. Cause I know I'm gonna spend money. You go out, you gonna spend money, right? And my children, they will let you. It is funny because it's like I like my oldest daughter because sometimes I'm very like conservative when it comes to like spending money, and I don't really express myself. Like I don't fall out on them, but I think I get it from my mama because this is a story that she used to tell. Yeah, my you know, we call them pops. My dad was pops. You know, pops he'd give me some money and we I go out and come back and I just spend all my money on them children, on y'all. And he'd be like, why you ain't buy yourself nothing? And she'd be like, I'm all right. I'm the same way. But sometimes I find things that I really like and then my daughter, she was like, yeah, mama, get that. Yeah, that look good. You should get that. Yeah, you. And she bucked me up, and then I get it. Because I knew without that energy, I wouldn't do it. I'd be like, yeah, put it back. Which reminds me of a side note of my friend, right? So if she watching this, hey, you know what I'm talking about. But we used to go to the grocery store all the time, right? And she'll get her little groceries and all her little stuff. And I think it was her budget. I think she had a budget way back then. I don't know. But she'll go and by the time we make it to the cashier line, she don't put everything back. And it became so like, oh, this is what she do. This is and it was just like one of those things that we just remember. Like she'll just grab all her little stuff and then by the time we get to the stuff, I half of it gone. But I love you, girl. Okay, so yeah, so I'm rambling. All right, so spending money on what you need versus what you want. You gotta limit your impulse buying and allocate that into the big purchases or the things that I want to, you know, when you get your money up to that level, go spend it on whatever it is, right? You got to put our money in this a proper spots. So and then identifying your blind spots, right? The things that you know that you have trouble with financially that's causing you to create negative spending habits instead of flourishing spending habits. So identify your financial blind spots, and I appreciate that term because I like that, you know. And then gain the knowledge because the more you learn, the more you earn, right? The more you learn, the more you earn, right? So the things that you don't know, you gonna either you know somebody who got you or you gonna pay. Yep. But once you learn it, you won't have to pay like that no more. Then that money can go back into the spending or not spending, saving and investing pot. You're gonna allocate that to put your money to work. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people have their 9 to 5s and that's cool and everything, but I've learned that no, typical 9 to 5 is not gonna get you to, you know, financial freedom the way that if you're like me, the way that you want it. So you got to be able to employ your money, right? Don't have your money just sitting there not doing nothing, right? Everybody got to work. Your money got to work too. So find ways that you want your money to grow without exchanging your time for it, right? So one of the things that's really beneficial if you have like savings and things of that nature, is to put it in or look into putting it in a high yield savings account, because your money can grow, even if it's just a little is more than nothing, right? When you have your money just sitting there and ain't doing nothing, right? Like everything got to be doing something. It got to have a purpose, but you got to put that purpose towards it. You got to put that purpose in place. Okay, so that's it. Financial education is going to be key to elevating and living a lifestyle that you want and securing your future. And it comes with creating a financial budget. It comes with knowing your financial goals and tracking that, tracking your spending, tracking your goals. And it's an app for everything. It's an app for everything. So if you're an app person, okay, don't just use the internet and, all these different platforms for entertainment purposes. You gotta learn something. You gotta grow. You gotta elevate. Because there ain't nothing cute about a 35, 45 who broke, busted, and disgusted. Nope. And ain't nothing cute about a young, vibrant, young adult who don't know nothing about nothing. My mama always said, find a fool, bump their head. So don't be a fool. Okay? So thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Live bright, live right, and have a wonderful day. Bye.